evening. It's wonderful to see all of these faces out in the audience. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Okay, at this time, I'd like to welcome you to our mid-month board meeting. And Mr. Superintendent, do we have any public comments or presentations?
Madam Chair, we certainly appreciate our partnership with the city. And again, Ms. T. Taylor is, if you don't know anything else about Ms. T. Taylor, she is certainly going to spearhead this effort and make sure everyone knows about it. And it's such a worthy cause. We certainly appreciate the city's effort in bringing this awareness to our community, and particularly in this case, in our schools. So thank you very much for that, and express our appreciation to Ms. Taylor when you see her. Next, Madam Chair, we have presentations, which is another one of my favorite events. As a charter system, the cornerstone is community involvement, and a significant part of that community involvement is our school governance from members of our community. They volunteer their time to serve on local school governance teams at each of our schools, and they go through budgeting, they go through school improvement initiatives at the schools. They are heavily involved in the submission of the Charter Innovation Grant submissions that we've awarded over $1.5 million, almost $2 million worth of innovative grants, and all that comes from our school governance teams. And part of what they have to do is go through credentialing process. And Dr. Jewel Faison, who's our expert in charter system flexibility, spearheads their training. And you see a bunch of people here today who've gone through their training, and they're here to receive their certificates of completion, certifying that they are eligible to serve on our governance teams at our school. So Dr. Faison, if you would, please feel free to join us. And I see my favorite Superior Court judge, Judge Denise Marshall. She's going to do the swearing in, so thank you very much.
Good evening, Madam Board Chair, Mr. Dyer, board members. It's my honor to be here tonight to award these certificates and allow these people to be duly and officially sworn in as local school governance team members here in Dougherty County. Before assuming duties as a local school governance team person, they have to go through extensive training, and then with me, and after that, they have to do some things on their own and take a test now. There is a test involved, and they submit their results to our office, and then we can verify that they have gone through the other extensive training. We used to do it 3 days, 4 hours. Now they get 4 hours with me, and then they go through the other training online. So we're very proud of them. This evening, once your name is called, if you would come up and get your certificate, I'm asking the board chair and Mr. Dyer to join us here for your presentation. And then if you'll stand over to the side until everyone gets their certificates, and we'll bring you up front to get your picture. Is that good? I'm slowing down so I can give explicit directions, because I usually bumble this part. As I call your name, come up please and get your certificate. Janice Frederick. We're going to get it at the end. Yeah, you can have your, we let family take pictures now, and then Tremenisha Evans. Diana Grant Burke. Nayanda Gibson. Tara Glaze. Demetrius Gully. Matthew Hardwick. Reverend Yaz Johnson. Elizabeth Knert. Did I say that correctly? Thank you. Julia Knowles. Shaquela Lyons. Lamia O'Neill. Lakivia Pless. Lakeisha Price. Doris Randall. Santricia Starling. Candanisa Thomas. Rose Walker. Latoya Washington. Is that correct? Catrell White. Tell me. David Wilshes. I can do that better. Catrice Wright. Judge Marshall. Okay, we're going to ask you to come up front.
I'm going to pretend like I'm strong. Thank you very much. Good evening. I'm so proud of you. I enjoyed clapping for each and every one of you. I'm Denise Marshall. For those of you who may not know, I have the honor of serving this community on the Dougherty Superior Court bench, but I am very honored to have appeared before your groups. Not that I had a lot of choice, but it's still so good to come back year after year to see your willingness to serve. So I'm very honored to give you an oath on tonight. I'm going to start my oath, and I'm going to give you little instructions as I go along. I'll tell you when to say your name, and you say that in unison. I'll tell you when to say your school, and you say that in unison. And then we'll get to a part of the oath that you just repeat after me. All right? Please raise your right hand. I know you got to hold your certificates. Okay. I, please say your name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will truly and faithfully discharge all of the duties required of me by law as a member of the local school governance team. That was a lot, wasn't it? That's why y'all doing this. Brilliant. Okay? To the best of my ability. Now I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. I do further solemnly swear and affirm that I am not the holder of any public money due to this state unaccounted for, that I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, nor of either of the several states, nor of any foreign state, and that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution of the United States and the laws of Georgia, and that I will support the Constitution of the United States, of this state, and the bylaws of the Dougherty County Board of Education. So help me God. Please respond by saying, I do. Thank you very much. Congratulations to you all. And we in this community so appreciate your service. Thank you very much.
Always. Okay, sorry. Got it. I guess so. Ma'am. Okay.
Right. That was exciting. Okay, so at this time, actually, I do want to bring to our attention that Reverend Bush is calling in. He was out of town and unable to attend in person today. He wanted me to share that with y'all. Okay, next we will review the agenda items to give y'all an opportunity to ask questions or make comments. Board members, are there any questions or comments about the agenda? Okay, item number 1. The minutes, consideration of approval of the minutes from the mid-month board meeting held on September 28th, 2023. Item number 2, consideration of recommendation for employment of personnel. Item number 3, consideration of recommendation for release of personnel. Item number 4, consideration of recommendation to approve the renewal of School Climate Transformation Grant, SEL curriculums. Item number 5, consideration of recommendation to approve consent items for fundraising requests. Are there any committee reports? Board items or Mr. Superintendent, are you ready to give your report?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
October 9th, 2023. The vision of the Dougherty County School System is that we're a destination school system that in partnership with families and community stakeholders provides quality educational and social development experiences that empower these graduates to be successful and impactful contributors to society. Our mission is to meet the academic and non-academic needs of our students with rigorous and relevant educational experiences that equip them to succeed in life. As we always start out our strategic plan, our 5 priority areas, our 5 priority. Investment in human capital and family and community engagement. In this meeting, we're going to talk about a few things related to that strategic plan. One being early literacy. As you know, each year the Georgia Department of Education recognizes literacy leaders, and those are schools that have a 15% or higher increase in their 3rd grade student reading at grade level from the 2022-2023 school year. And they are recognized for outstanding growth. And this year we had Westtown Elementary School with a 15.6% increase, Lamar Reese with a 15.9% increase, and Northside Elementary School with a 20.7% increase. Our state school superintendent Richard Wood was in town last Friday, and he presented each of the principals with their literacy leader banner from the Department of Education. We have them come before the board at the last meeting, but want to make sure we share that again since the superintendent came down and recognize them for their achievement. As you know, early literacy is the #1 priority in our strategic plan, and this is just a testament to the work that's been done and the plans that have been put in place by our curriculum department, academic services division, as well as the work that is implemented in our schools. So we can have the plans, but implementation is the key. If they don't implement, then it doesn't get done. So we certainly appreciate those leaders for their leadership in the area of early literacy. Investment in human capital. Now, we've talked about that since our strategic plan was approved, adopted, and we've talked about several initiatives to invest in our employees. Our Aspiring Principals Academy, which we identify a number of high-performing assistant principals who aspire to be principals to help prepare them for opportunities that could await them. Aspiring Leaders Academy, which takes our certified personnel and equips them with the tools they need to be successful in their next roles, whether it's an instructional coach or school improvement specialist, or most of them are looking to aspire to be assistant principals. Then our mentor teachers. As you look at the teacher burnout report and the reports from years past regarding why teachers leave the profession at an alarming rate within the first 3 to 5 years. One reason is because they don't feel supported. So we've invested in a Mentor Teachers Academy, where we train high-performing teachers to mentor other teachers. You may think that a great teacher of students can also be a great mentor of new teachers. That's not necessarily the case. It's a different skill set. And so we provide them with training on how to support and mentor new teachers as they come into the profession. And so that's worked out very well for us, and the feedback we've gotten about that program has been tremendous. Then our Instructional Coaches Academy, again, providing support for not only our new teachers, but also our veteran teachers who may need support as we roll out new curriculum initiatives, roll out new curriculum from the state, as we are down with math this year. And then our Leadership Development Academy is our newest academy, and that's targeted toward classified employees, non-certified employees in our areas in procurement, finance, facilities. Leadership matters there too. And we talk about the teacher pipeline, but the leader pipeline is just as critical, and because everything rises and falls on leadership. And so not only leadership in the schools, but leadership in those areas that support our schools. So we're going to launch that program in January. We've already begun looking at potential cohort members and drafting an application for those folks to apply to get trained in leadership foundations, looking at our mission and vision and how what they do every day helps support the mission and vision. A lot of times people in those support areas don't see where they fit into the mission. And we have to help them understand that what you do is critical as well. If you're in transportation and we can't get the students to school, they can't learn. If you're in school nutrition and they're hungry, if they don't eat, they can't learn. If you're in procurement and you don't get the things ordered and delivered to the schools on time, it impacts instruction. So part of it is going to be leadership foundations. The other part is how they fit individually and how the departments fit into the mission and vision of the organization of the school system. And then part of it will be shadowing other departments that they work with to understand how they're interdependent and how what I do impacts what you do and vice versa. So we'll understand that we don't operate in a vacuum or in silos, that what we do impacts other departments. And so they have a better understanding of the entire operation of the school system and how they fit into that entire operation. And we believe that once they understand that they have a personal impact on what's going on, they'll take that to heart and they'll feel more part of the school system. Sometimes our classified employees feel like they'll get left out, and we want to make sure that they understand their value, and not that they're valued, but also why they're valued. The next things that have been going on for a while. Elevate K-12, our live stream instruction. We're still doing that. We probably have about 15, I think, classrooms or so using Elevate, and we've been doing that for a while. We were one of the first in the country to do Tier 1 instruction, knowing that the teacher shortage challenge that we have been experiencing for quite some time was not going to get any better. And of course, this board invested in that initiative early on, and when it wasn't quite as good as it could be, and we provided we had opportunity to provide feedback, help them strengthen their service, and I think it's one of the best in the country now, and we're still doing that. Our student internship program that we started this year. We work with primarily Albany State University and Georgia Southwestern State University in providing college seniors, who all they have left is the student teacher. So instead of student teaching for a semester, they serve as a student intern for the year. They get paid. They get teacher retirement system credit. And they work with a master teacher to provide them with job-embedded support throughout that year. And so that program is in its infancy, but it is showing great promise. And then we talked about the Generate program with Mercer. So those employees who may be alternatively certified and teaching, they have a bachelor's degree, they can get a master's degree in the art of teaching while going through this program, get their certification. And then they'll end up getting paid on a master's level, and they'll get some very valuable training through Mercer University. Then our next steps, we have emerging initiatives, our Para-to-Teacher program. We're working with Albany State again and Georgia Southwestern on a Para-to-Teacher program where we have paras who may have degrees, bachelor's degrees, or associate degrees who desire to be teachers, or who never thought about being a teacher, but we may tell them, hey, you've been a para for 15 years. You know, why not take that next step? Because they've already committed to education. They're committed to the school system. So they may be able to fill some of those critical roles as teachers versus paras. And that'd be an opportunity for them to increase their income and make an even greater impact. So that program is emerging. We look at starting that next year. And you see emerging initiatives, and I only have one on there. I did that on purpose, it's for effect. The next, I want to congratulate Ms. Jill Allison and HR team. As of October 3rd, 2023, the Dougherty County School System is the first registered apprenticeship program for K through 12 teachers in the state of Georgia. As certified by the U.S. Department of Labor, the first in the state. And this is another initiative that we are looking at, that we are going to start next year. We worked on it. We're still working on it. This is a major step to get. And what this does, this being certified as a registered apprenticeship program, unlocks the U.S. Department of Education grant funding to implement programs, so we can potentially get grant funding from the U.S. Department of Labor to provide tuition assistance and support for salaries for teacher apprentice employees. So what this program will provide is job training as a teacher assistant initially, and then as you go through and in-class education from educational partner. We're looking at Albany State, although we do have a couple others who have already inquired about a provider. We want to start with our local universities first. And so they give the job training, on-the-job training, and the formal educational training at the same time. And as they get past year 2, they begin to assume some teaching responsibilities under the supervision of their master teacher. And then in their final year, they can become teacher interns, where they get full teacher salary and offset by these grants. And so that way we can get them into the school system as employees, get them started with teacher on the teacher retirement system, and get a lot of that funding, the cost offset by federal grant funding. So this is a big deal, and I want to congratulate again and thank Ms. Allison and her team for making this happen. We started on this about a year ago. Was it about a year ago? And I think February would be a year. And we started talking to people who said, the companies who said they could do this for us. And all the conversations that we talked to and I think the lowest one was about $500,000. I thought, wait a minute, that it's valuable, but I think we can do it for a little less than that. And so we started looking into it, and it called for some work, and they were able to. I say we. They were able to make it happen. And so we appreciate that, and it's a big step in our next initiative in our parent teacher program, and finding folks to work in the classroom, work in the schools, to support teachers while they learn, and then eventually become teachers. And at the end of this program, they'll have up to 4 years of TRS credit, because they'll start as employees, as teacher assistants. So it's a big deal, and first in the state, and no, we don't mind leading the way, and so thank you for that. Yeah. And next, level up. We've talked about this for quite a time. This is my baby. This program, we get an opportunity to impact families by providing upskill and reskill job skills training for adult family members of our students, and who may be unemployed or underemployed, or in a career field where they just feel like they need to do something different. And we call it level up. That's what the kids, when you want to do better, you want to level up. So we give them an opportunity to level up. We have almost fully matured in our CNA cohort. The first cohort, we had 5 completed. 4 are working in the field. The 5th one that we get in the field, Mr. Davis, do we know that? Okay. We're going to keep tracking it. For some reason, she wasn't ready to make the move yet, but she passed the test and everything, but she just wanted to stay where she was for a little while. Maybe a few nerves, who knows? But 4 out of the 5 are working in the field. And I put this cohort 2 began on September 5th, but I didn't put on here that he graduated Saturday. 7 graduated Saturday, and 3 of them took the test early. 3 of them took the test while they were in the program, because you can take the test while you're in it. They've already passed the test. And so we have 4 that'll take the test later this month. And then cohort 3 for our certified nursing assistants is scheduled to launch next week, and we have 12 cohort members in there. So we're looking forward to that. And this is an opportunity for them to change the trajectory of the families. A lot of the challenges that we have in our community are tied back to poverty. And people working, we have a lot of people who go to work every day in dead-end jobs because they don't have a marketable skill set. this opportunity gives them the opportunity to upskill and reskill, or as we say, level up their careers by getting a job skills that's in demand, and that they're almost guaranteed employment in the field once they complete the program. So we're excited about our first two cohorts. We're more excited about our third cohort because we're going to have 12 in there. And one thing we noticed, three people in this cohort had some challenges that dealt with trying to provide adequate child care while they were going through the program in the evening. And so with our Georgia Power Grant, we say we were going to reduce the barriers for them to complete the program. And so we're working now with Albany Family Literacy Connection and another child care development agency who are all curated by the state to provide child care while these parents are in this program getting their training. So we're going to reduce every barrier that we can to entry so that they have no barriers to complete this program, making a better life for them and their families. So I'm excited about it. It hits home for me, and I thank Mr. Davis and his leadership, and Miss Wiggins, Miss Danita Wiggins, who's spearheading this. You know, if you know Miss Wiggins, you know she knows everyone in the community, and she's making a tremendous impact in this regard, and we are thankful for this. At some point, we'll have some testimonies from our program participants, and I think you'll see exactly what the impact has been, and the potential that we have for that as well. Next steps, I talked about the phlebotomy cohort. We are in the final stages of implementing an agreement, signing an agreement with them, and that cohort we've already begun to identify cohort members. I think it's full, isn't it? And it's scheduled to begin January 3rd. And the only reason we waited is because it's 10 weeks. And we didn't want the holidays to get in the way of getting that done. So we're going to start January 3rd. And so we should be able to get at least 1 or 2 cohorts in phlebotomy before the end of the school year. The next EKG certification. People to read EKGs. That's another area that we had not talked about previously. We just found out about that opportunity since the last meeting, as we're moving forward with the same group that's providing the phlebotomy training. And then the commercial driver's license piece is taking a little longer. It's a little more complicated, but Ms. Wiggins is on the case. And so we're going to soon have a cohort of commercial driver's license students who will be trained in Terrell County, at a site in Terrell County. And we're trying to work on how we get transportation and things of that done to make sure that we don't have any barriers there. But we're looking forward to that. And all of these can lead to careers that are very lucrative, and provide them with opportunities to make a living wage or better, and provide for their families. And we're excited about that. And this is what family engagement looks like. It's what a community engagement looks like. Because each of these organizations that are providing training are from the community. And when they get hired, they're going to be hired by businesses in our community. And so people ask the question, what does that have to do with education? Well, you got to understand this. We talk about family engagement. And the struggles with family, it was a struggle with income. And we can help parents make a better living for themselves, they make a better living for their families. And then when we do this, I think they'll see us as partners. And I think it'll be a better opportunity to work on other things. We can partner with parents to make a better life for them and their families, and the students have a better, a more enriching experience at school. So that's what we're hoping for. That's what we're counting on. And these are 6 of the completion program completers. The person who was deemed a valedictorian had a family emergency, could not attend. But these are 6 of the 7 completers, along with the young lady in the middle, who is one of the co-founders of Integrity Healthcare Group, Integrity Healthcare Institute, and the young lady on the end, on the right side, she is an Auburn State grad, a nurse, and she's also the owner of Marley's Scrubs. I think I forgot the Marley's Scrubs. So she provides the scrubs. So part of the completion is they give the 3 or 5, 4. I knew it was 4 scrubs, uniforms, so they can start their career as CNAs, equipped with the right tools they need to succeed. So again, removing all barriers. We want to thank Integrity Healthcare Institute and Marley Scrubs for partnering with us on making this happen for our parents, and we're really excited about it, and it has limitless potential, and we're really excited about where this can take us, take our families in the months and years ahead. So thank you again, Mr. Davis, and we have to get Miss Wiggins here to a meeting so we can celebrate her in front of everybody, and so. That's just wonderful. I can stay on this all day, so I'm going to move and do some celebrations and announcements. Unless we have any questions by the end of those initiatives. Next week, of course, we had Paint the School Pink last week. You saw that presentation. This is National Principals Month. We have a saying, everything we believe in John Maxwell's statement, everything rises and falls on leadership. We have some of the best principals in the country in the Dougherty County school system, and they do a magnificent job of making things happen and supporting our students and supporting our teachers and other employees, and we want to recognize them during their month. Next, I don't know how that got there, but since it's there, we'll talk about it. It's Albany State Homecoming Week, so those that don't know, that's one of our very valued partners in higher ed. They work with us on our teacher intern program. I'm claiming that I've already spoken with the president about the apprenticeship program and them serving as our primary educational preparation program for that, and she's excited about that. So I told her I'd give her this week off, but we'll start fresh next week on getting that finalized. And so just want to celebrate that. As you know, we have a banner out front because we're proud of our hometown university and the impact they have on our community. These are some other things. This is a busy month because this is National Principals Month, National Bullying Prevention Month. You already started activities with that. Last year, we had our IT team come and present some data on cyber awareness, and this is Cyber Awareness Month. They'll come at the mid-month meeting. We had so many presentations today. We didn't want to make the meeting be too long. Last week we had several things that were recognized, including National Pre-K Week and Custodian Appreciation Day. Of course, this week again is homecoming. This week is also National School Lunch Week, but since it's a short week with fall break, we're going to celebrate that next week, October 16th through the 20th. And the following week, October 23rd through 31st, is Red Ribbon Week as a drug prevention week. And this past Saturday, we enjoyed DCS's employee movie night, where we had several hundred folks to enjoy Super Mario Brothers with their families. The kids had a great time. We had a movie screen set up in the back of the back parking lot of the Civic Center. Families drove up and got the lawn chairs and other chairs or blankets. Some of them got blankets, and they sat down and watched the movie with complimentary popcorn and concessions that were provided. And just an opportunity to let our employees know just how much we appreciate them, give them an opportunity to fellowship, not only with each other, but also with their families. And it was a good time, have all that attended, and we look forward to our next event, which will be in November. We'll announce that in the near future. GSBA Fall Conference. No, I tell you, we don't mind leaving, no way. And last year we attended some sessions during this GSBA Fall Conference where we set in on some sessions, provide professional development for board members on best practices in school systems throughout our state. And this year we were asked to present on our wraparound support services for our students. Because as some were presenting last year, I think it was Dr. Price from Baldwin County. Like, kids, you all do the same thing. You all do what you need to be presenting. And so anyway, so now this year we're presenting. We're going to present on our system of support for students, our wraparound support services that we provide, including our school-based health centers, dental centers, vision center, mental health center, our school-based mental health grant initiative that we have, and our wraparound support center that we provide for our families. So we're going to provide information regarding those initiatives and how the school systems can launch and support those initiatives. We'll be doing that in conjunction with Shelley Spires, who's the CEO of Albany Area Primary Healthcare, who COO at the time we launched our first school-based health center. And so we'll be presenting that to members of school boards and school leaders from across the state of Georgia in late November. So, Ms. Strother, you ready? All right. That's all I have, Madam Chair, board members, unless you have any questions. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Madam Chair, and just before we move on, I'd just like to say how excited I am about all that we have heard and have seen in our school system rising and moving forward. And thank you, Superintendent Diane. We are cognizant of what is going on. We thank you, and we thank our leaders in the school system and our professional educators, as well as the young scholars. Thank you,
Great
Madam
team.
Chair.
They're doing some great work and support of our students.
Absolutely. Thank you. Got it. Okay. At this time, we'll prepare for our regular board meeting. Could I ask everyone to stand for a moment of silence for the Pledge of Allegiance?
And that includes our support staff as well. And our support staff.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, at this time we'll begin our regular board meeting. Mr. Superintendent, do we have any further public comments or presentations? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. Do we have any changes to the minutes for the September 28th meeting? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve our minutes. The lesson.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. This time I'll entertain a motion to approve a consent agenda, items 2 through 5.
Motion pool.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the motion passes. Before we adjourn, we do have an executive session for property and personnel. So I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session. We do not anticipate any action.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. We are now in executive session. If you would please gather your belongings and exit. further announcement. Board members, be on the lookout for an email regarding the conference that's going to be in Atlanta, where we will be presenting. Mainly Mr. Dyer will be presenting. I'll be introducing November 29th through December 1st, and the pre-conference sessions are the 29th. So be on the lookout for information about that. We can register for your pre-conference workshop.
The last thing we have is
November. It's November 20. It's earlier than it normally is. November 29th through December 1st in Atlanta.
a couple of other announcements. Chair, that'll also be we're under consideration for the board is under consideration for exemplary board status again. You know, last year was the first year the board received that designation. We're up for that again. So if it's awarded, it'll be awarded at that conference. yes, ma'am. I understand. And then also our graduation rates for the system and our schools will be released tomorrow by the Georgia Department of Education. They are embargoed right now, and we anticipate a press release. And we're looking for improvements from last year, as always looking to do better. So we're looking for that. And then finally, for those that may be interested, it's October 19th, 20th, and 21st. The way forward event schedule, sponsored by the Sherrod Institute, will be having a community celebration and showing an award-winning film, Gaining Ground, at Monroe High School's with the May Harris Performing Arts Auditorium at 7 p.m. on October 19th. We have an official renaming ceremony at what is currently known as Resora on Friday, October 20th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then they have a banquet beginning at 6:30 p.m. that same day. Then Saturday they have a ceremony and cultural festival at what is now known as Resora. Again, that's at 801 Overtour Road. So anyone who is looking to attend the Gaining Ground film will be it's a free event. It's a film premiere, and it'll be a free event. The ceremony and cultural festival Saturday morning and afternoon will be a free event, and anyone who wants to attend the official renaming ceremony and the banquet. I think the renaming ceremony is a free event. The banquet is a ticketed event. If you want to go there, we can give you the cost of the tickets. I think it's $25 for students and $40 for the general admission for those that want to attend. And we're partnering with them on that. So we want to make sure we bring that to your attention as well. All right, Madam Chair, that's all I have.
Madam Chair, I just want to share one of the cabins on that property is going to be named in honor of my father, the late Mr. Monroe Gaines Sr.
Saturday night, yes, ma'am. No, Friday night. Friday night, the 20th. The 20th.
Busy month, lots of exciting, fun things going on. Okay, at this time I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair.
I'm sorry, I was ready.
Madam Chair, I move for the adjournment of our meeting.
All in favor?
Got a second? I think you second.
We have a second. Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, we're
Dyer.
adjourned.